Hi folks, Dr. Bob McCauley. How do we think, blink, talk, walk? I mean, how do we move? What are the things that actually allow us to do that? That's what we're going to talk about. The answer is enzymes, of course. Everything we do, you think, you blink, you talk, you walk, it's all enzymic reactions. That's how things happen in the body. A little smile is a complicated sequence of enzymic reactions. So it's important that we constantly take in enzymes. So when I first started getting in, somebody introduced me to the raw food diet. The way that happened, somebody says you should start eating sprouts. So I started looking at sprouts and I said, why do I want to eat sprouts? And I looked it up and stuff and I saw enzymes. And I said, why do I want enzymes? I got on the internet. This is back in the mid-90s, and I found one of the few books I could find was a book called Enzyme Therapy, Dr. Edward Howell. And this really explained about what enzymes were and how they worked and why they were so important. And that's how I became a raw foodist, because you're only going to find enzymes only in raw fruits and vegetables. Now, we can produce other enzymes that the body we can take, and that's one of the things we're going to talk about. Enzymes come from three places. You can ferment them, or they're extracted from plants or animals. Well, I only do plants. I don't do anything from an animal, since this is a vegan company, and you don't really require that. You don't need anything extracted from an animal to digest your food. When you cook a food, you destroy the enzymes. If you raise the temperature for food up to about 104, that's when the enzymes will begin to break down. By 118 degrees, they're gone. There's no more left, and that's it. So now you're eating kind of a dead food. In fact, it is completely dead. That's what a cooked food is. You've kind of removed the life from it, the life force, if you will. That's what they always talk about, the life force of raw food. That's because it's full of enzymes. So that's why I became a raw foodist, because you really need that energy. You can't really go out and make them and start taking all these enzymes, expect to digest your food. Digestive enzymes can help digest your food and break it down, but they're no replacement for an actual raw food full of enzymes that'll just be absorbed into the body immediately. So, what I'm going to talk a little bit today is about what the systemic enzymes are. So there's two types of enzymes in the body. Systemic, meaning the system enzymes, the physiological enzymes, they do everything in the body. And then there are digestive enzymes, and they digest their food and all this kind of stuff. Now, there are about 3,000 enzymes that have been identified in the human body that perform all these functions. And then there's a few that we can actually take that we produce. And the two main ones is Serrapeptase and Nattokinase. Serrapeptase, they're enteric coated, and what that means, enteric coating means it will not be dissolved by the stomach acid. It'll make it all the way down to what we call the lower gut, or the small intestines, and that's where it's going to get in there, and that's where it's going to be absorbed and by the body and used. So you want to take that, first of all, enteric coated, because if you just took a regular one, your body, your stomach would open that up very early. It would destroy a lot of the enzymes. They're pretty delicate, and then you wouldn't really get very good absorption whatsoever. But so you need to take it on an empty stomach, always on an empty stomach. I take it right before you go to bed and right before when you get up. And that way, and then you're going to wait a good 20-30 minutes, because you don't want to take any food with it, but just let it get down there and do its job, and they'll be absorbed into the body very efficiently, and then you can start eating later. But what do systemic enzymes do? They're really pretty amazing. If you look at the studies on them, people say, well, they target areas for inflammation. What they do is they're like adaptogens, which are these herbs. And I'm always talking about adaptogens such as bacopa, ashwagandha, Tulsi is another one, or holy basil. What they do, they adapt to the body's needs. Well, they're providing your body with nutrition so that inflammation goes down, there's less in your body, there's less stress on the cells, and now your body is in a position to heal itself. That's what an adaptogen does, and this is essentially doing the same thing. So are the enzymes actually going in there and fixing things? I think there's a little bit of that with the systemic enzymes, but I really think what's going on is that your body has this chance, as you get the enzymes, and it's helping to reduce inflammation. Now your body can get in there and actually do the healing. And there's something to be said. What happens to us is we begin to get older and older. We're not eating enough raw fruits and vegetables. We don't live on a good diet, or we live on a junk food diet. And so what happens is we lose our digestive enzymes in our stomach, and so number one, we need to start supplementing with those. There's a whole bunch of different types of digestive enzymes. There's Protease and Lipase and Amylase and Cellulase. But what happens if we don't take that, or we don't have any more digestive enzymes, our body starts calling on our systemic enzymes to do to help digest our foods, and this leads to the deterioration of the body. So if you lived on a cooked food diet, it's going to be a lot harder for your body to heal itself of something than if you lived on a raw food diet. This is why I'm a raw foodist, folks. This is why. But the systemic enzymes, Serrapeptase and Nattokinase, and there's a few other, but those are the two main ones. These go in, and what they do is they're really able to get in and, reduce inflammation in the body, and then help us perform all these systemic, functions, basically our metabolism and all that kind of stuff. And that way, in the meantime, it's not busy running itself. Now the body can come in and begin to heal itself. And it's really quite amazing the kinds of things that systemic enzymes can take care of, which is, in a way, just about anything. Because I always tell you guys, the body is capable of healing itself of any disease. Okay? You need to stop putting the wrong things into your body and start putting the right things. Well, when you put something in like systemic enzymes, now your body's able to get in there and take care of this. And it kind of gets a relief. Same with the adaptogens for the herbs, such as ashwagandha, bacopa. Your body gets a relief there, and so now your body can come in, and so with this function, it's got some support, and now it can come in and heal itself. The cells can heal itself, and then of course, cellular health is human health. If you don't have healthy cells, then you won't be healthy, and so that's what we're always trying to do, is get these cells to heal themselves and for the body to heal itself. So systemic and enzymic and digestive enzymes, such incredibly important things. I'm going to be talking to you a lot more about these in the coming days, and what each one of them does and how to take it. But this is the first introduction. I'm really excited to get those out there because they're really pretty inexpensive, and boy, they can do a huge amount of healing in the body, and they're completely safe. Enzymes, systemic enzymes, and digestive enzymes. Dr. Bob will be back later with a lot more information on this. I'll see you guys next time. Visit us at watershed.net. Don't forget to share this video with someone you care about, and like and subscribe. Those are important. Super important.